So, entering week 5?
It's crazy. Whole quarter of the season's done.
That is crazy.
Waited fucking 6 months to be 1-3 in fantasy fucking football. It's fucking
All you had to do is start the Seahawks.
Shut up. Shut up.
All you had to do.
Shut the fuck up.
We got a lot of story. Wait, hold on. Welcome back, Tiger Hawk sports fans, to another Tiger Hawk Sports podcast. You know, I couldn't leave that part out, but why don't we talk about week 5, and then we'll talk about the hot topic. I mean,
There's nothing.
Well,
There's no
what-
games that really interest me on this list. I'm looking right now. Let's see.
how about we talk about prime time action?
Prime time action: Dallas Cowboys, 49ers.
No game that interests you. Are you What are you
I'm
smoking?
talking,
tonight?
obviously that one interests me. I'm a fucking Cowboys.
But it's not even that. That's probably the
That might
game of
be-
the week.
That might be the game of the year. That's game of the year.
It's a rematch.
That's game of the year.
Do you think what Jerry Jones said though?
What?
That this
That's the
game,
measuring stick for the Super Bowl. Absolutely.
I completely agree.
It's going to tell you who's the Super Bowl team. Who's not.
And I think this game is either. I
I'll
think
tell
there's
you.
only one
I'll
of
tell you
two ways.
what.
There's
I'll
only
tell you
one
what.
of 2 ways.
I want the Cowboys to lose this game simply because I don't think we can beat them twice.
I understand. To be honest, that's a good strategy. But at the same time, I think the Cowboys
I
want to
don't
go.
think we can beat them twice.
I think the
but
Cowboys want to go in there and make them muck though.
I
After
agree.
the last 2 years,
sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
Sour taste. It's
but,
right. It's
but
right.
I think this game is one of 2 ways. Either it's going to be a complete defensive showdown and offense are going to get going, and Brock Purdy is going to be really brought into the NFL for once and for all, or it's going to be the defenses don't have good games and it's going to be an offensive shootout in a way where
Let me tell
defense
you.
makes plays, but the offense still drives the length of the field.
Let me tell you. Bill Belichick never lost a game like that in his career as a New England Patriots head coach, and we just handed him the biggest loss of his career. So I feel pretty special. Yeah, pretty special about this Dallas Cowboys team.
I mean,
Um,
you better be after you lose one of your best players in the secondary, Trayvon Diggs, and Parsons may have went down
by the
with
way,
a slit injury.
let me shake your hand again. I'm gonna shake your hand every podcast for something. Devon A-Chain, baby.
Dude, I won't like gut feeling. I mean,
That was a nice trade.
I won't
Thank
like
you.
gut. I mean,
Thank you.
think things all you want. I won't like gut. And
Thank you.
I have Jonathan Taylor in the bank. I have Brian Robinson. I wasn't starting 18 this week. I probably want to start 18 the next
Devon
following week.
A-Chain for Roquan Johnson.
I mean, you had the Miami backfield at the time. I had the Bears backfield, and he broke out again last week, which made him proven to be one RB1. But I still think that community is going to come into factor in a little bit. I don't know if he
I
needs the
agree.
ball
I agree.
constantly.
You
But,
do
yes.
have cool Herbert, so
And I do have Brian Robinson, who's dominant number 1, and I have Jonathan Taylor, who's supposed to be playing in this
I
week.
get
or
what
playing
you
next week,
did
so
straight, but
I won't
it's just
like
fun.
gut.
It's fun.
It is. I won't like gut. And a lot of times you go with the logic, it never works out. Could you overthink things? And I've learned to go with my gut. And if your gut is wrong, you suck it up and move on. But if your gut is right and your logic is wrong, you
I
eat
mean, Jeff
yourself
Wilson
alive.
also hasn't stepped out on the field yet. So
But you can
we
also,
don't
but
know.
like, then you feel like that? Like, would you rather lose with your logic or lose with your gut?
Logic, I guess.
Lose your logic.
What?
So right. So if you did something, and your gut was telling you to do it, and you didn't do it, and you went with logic, would you be more pissed that you went logic
obviously
side, or
you
you?
want to trust your gut.
Yeah, that's what I did. So we'll see. But
Oh yeah, we
Dude,
got a lot to
that-
talk about this hot topic, huh?
I don't
Your
even know
boys
where
in
to start.
blue, the big blue, the New York
All right,
Football
all right.
Giants.
Before you get into this, I just want to give
How
my.
many times?
I just want to give my take. No,
How many times? Been on them all year. They've been one of my sleeper teams, and fuck me, right?
I mean,
Fucking terrible.
dude, it's
That team is abysmal. They're abysmal.
all right. Before we go into it, I don't disagree with you. The
There's
team,
nothing to disagree about. They're abysmal.
the team looks like shit. It really does. But I think there's 2 factors that go into it. One, obviously, the fucking O-line. I'm not saying Daniel Jones is the greatest QB ever.
He's not a good QB.
But you give Daniel Jones 1.4 seconds to throw the ball, and only give him 3 slam outs up and down the field. Yeah, of course he's gonna fucking suck.
Let me read.
She had 11 sacks and probably under pressure 30 times last game.
You paid a quarterback. I'm trying to pull up his.
I hated that. Just so you know, hated that before.
You paid a quarterback $40 million after.
I'm aware what we paid. I hated that.
He has not thrown for more than 3,300 yards in a season. He has not thrown more than 25 touchdowns in a season. And when he did throw more than 15 touchdowns, his touchdown interception ratio was 2-1, which is not great. So for every 2 touchdowns he threw, it's 1 interception.
I don't know what else you want me to say besides I'm not a fan of Daniel.
His passer rating has never been over 100, dude. And you paid him $40 million? I'm not even get into the O-line yet. I'm not even get into the O-line.
Dude, I just want you to know that I'm a big Giants fan. If everyone that's a Jets fan, you can go fuck yourself. So I'm a Giants fan. I've been a Giants fan for at least 16 years now, since I've been 6. I've seen 2 Super Bowls. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about the present. Giants have a name they live up to. And last year, I thought the name was back. And after these 4 games, I look at the name and I'm like, what the fuck is New York? What is the New York Giants now? Because this is a joke. But at the same time, I'm going to ride and die with the Giants no matter what. I'm never going to give up on this team.
Who's good on your team? Can I ask?
You got Dexter Lawrence.
Fine.
Leonard Williams.
One. Who?
Leonard Williams.
Leonard Williams is overpaid.
Storage.
Leonard Williams hasn't made a play yet.
You know how to make a fucking play yet?
Who?
Oh, a big shot from last year's draft class.
Who?
2 of them.
Who?
Evan Neal. Biggest bust ever right now.
Micah Parsons, that's all I gotta say.
Oh my God.
Micah Parsons, baby. Thank you. Let me shake your hand again.
No, you go
fuck yourself. Let me shake your hand again.
Thank
you for that.
See, you can think all you want.
That.
I hated the Tony pick. I hated that pick with a passion.
The Giants owned the number 11 overall pick in the 2021 draft and traded down with Chicago Bears for Justin Fields. And that pick that they gave the Giants ended up being Kadarius Toney, who you later traded for Darren Waller, who, let me tell you, has 4 targets over the last 2 games. And let me tell you, wide open in the end zone last night when Daniel Jones decided he wanted to throw a pick 6 to Devon Witherspoon, wide open. He's supposed to be your guy, and guess what? You're not even getting him the ball. And you want to know why? Because you drafted Evan Neal, who you also got with that Bears trade. That was also a good pick. Congratulations on that one. That was one of the Giants' best drafts ever, right? When you got Wan'Dale Robinson, Evan Neal, Kayvon, all those guys. Remember?
I mean, Evan Neal.
That was a good draft.
For you, Evan Neal coming out of college was the top tackle in the draft. He had a great time. Had a great year, a couple years at Georgia, I believe.
Okay.
He was a top tackle, and he had to depend on the NFL. And it's a bust. Shit. It's a real bust for now.
It's a big bust. He looked terrible.
I have faith
terrible.
That hopefully
you tore your ACL a couple months ago. I can guarantee you can get off the line faster than Evan Neal.
I don't even know what to say to that one. But all I'm saying is there's factors that go into why the Giants fucking terrible.
Starts with the offensive line coach. Offensive line coach would have been gone yesterday if I was Brian Daboll.
I agree with that. And I also agree with the fact that it's the fucking offensive coordinator.
It's not the offensive coordinator.
It hands down the offensive coordinator.
It's not the offensive coordinator because he's drawing up plays to try and get the ball out of Daniel Jones' hand. And Daniel Jones, one, isn't looking off a defender. He wants to throw it into the flat. He's staring him down. Someone's going to jump that route like Devon Witherspoon did eventually. You have to look off. You have to.
He didn't have time to do that.
You want to throw it
over. He had no time to do that.
You want to throw it over. You had plenty of time to throw it to Darren Waller in the back of the end zone. You look off the defender into the flat, and you throw it over the middle to Darren Waller. That's exactly how you play quarterback in the NFL. That's the number one thing you learn when you're going into the NFL as a quarterback. You look off defenders, you throw it over the middle. Your eyes deceive the defense.
You can't tell what was Daniel Jones' ratio last year for touchdowns to interceptions?
15-5. So 3-1.
Okay. He had how many running touchdowns as well?
I don't know.
Did he have about 10 running touchdowns?
I don't pay a quarterback to run the ball.
That is the league win right now. That's what we're fucking talking about. That's the dumbest thing you could have said.
You paid Patty Mahomes for his wheels?
I mean, his running ability is something that makes him really
You paid Patty Mahomes because of his arm.
Yeah, but he also had a running ability to him.
What about Matthew
Jordan Lamar
Stafford?
Jackson.
Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl because he ran the ball.
That's also a QB that's not in this new generation of talent.
He won the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
But that's
He
not
won the
beside
Super Bowl
point.
2 years
That's
ago.
beside the point.
About
though.
Jared Goff.
Still beside the point. Since
How is that besides the point? About
still,
Jared Goff. CJ Stroud runs a lot.
he had the ability to run the ball. Yes, he
CJ Stroud runs a lot.
He had the ability
Go
to run
look
the
at how
ball.
many times he's run the ball in college.
But he had the ability to run the ball.
Every quarterback has the ability to run the ball.
I wouldn't say that.
Who doesn't?
And how did you know?
Won a Super Bowl.
I didn't want to use.
He won a Super Bowl. One of the best quarterbacks of our generation. Keep going.
But that's not my point. My point,
Name another one.
no,
Name another one.
My
Name
point,
another one.
My point.
Name
is-
another one.
No,
Name another one. Tom Brady. Ever heard of
No.
him?
I have heard.
Is
of
he
it.
running quarterback?
Doesn't matter.
Did he
That's
get
the
paid?
old-
Was he
that-
the best quarterback of
but
all
that-
time because of his
I agree
running
with.
ability? Well, that happened.
There you go.
Okay.
You want to get a chair over there?
Sure.
Okay then. That happened. Don't know how, but it did. A
don't
little
know.
weird.
They'll end up in the bloopers of Tiger Hawk Sports.
Oh, that's real funny. I'm not staying in here. No, fine. What I'm saying is yes, I agree with you. QBs don't have to run the ball. Not all QBs run the ball, and they're good QBs. But what made Daniel Jones special and why they signed him was his ability to run the ball. His ability to make his toughness running the ball.
Let's
That's
see
what
his
made him
rushing
special.
stats. All right, he hits 708 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns, but he did it one time.
Well, he is in your system. And I don't think Daniel Jones had an awful year. Do I think Daniel Jones is the sole problem in the New York Giants? No. I don't. I think
last question.
I think you made a point. Last year or 2 years ago, when you made it, you said the Giants are doing something that's fucking pathetic. They are half-fasting a rebuild. And I think they tried to rebuild, and they thought, oh, I get Daniel Jones. I'm gonna get the minor pieces. Daniel Jones did great with shitty weapons last year.
The difference between the Giants this time and when I said that a couple years ago is a couple years ago they were signing Nate Solder to a $60 million contract. They were who was that?
Signed Kenny
They
Galladay.
signed Kelly fucking Galladay. Like that, those are the guys I was talking about. Now you had the young pieces, you had the opportunities, you had the draft picks, and you just swung and missed on all of them.
I don't
How
think.
long are you going to build an offensive line?
Oh, no, but that is true.
I heard a stat yesterday that the New York Giants have invested the most draft picks in offensive linemen for the last 4 years. They have the worst offensive line in the
They're
league.
atrocious.
Start with the coach. Start from the sideline. Get rid of him. I don't know who your offensive line coach is. Get rid of him.
It's see to me as a Giants fan watching it. Last 2 years ago, I didn't. What the last year of the Joe Judge era, I think I watched 2 fucking games. I'm at a point right now where if they play this fucking bad consistently and can't put more than 9 points up in the first fucking half, I may not watch them again.
And then your defense is just
Not performing.
terrible.
It's not performing.
Terrible.
We have pieces
You
on
have
defense.
players and nobody wants to tackle.
It's
So,
bad. It's
okay.
bad.
You're the new GM of the New York Giants. Your next year is your last opportunity to win. Your window closes after next year. You have to build a team to win based off what you have now. What do you start with?
Fucking O-line, hands down. I think this year draft class is good alignment. You draft an alignment, you sign an alignment, you have money. Let Buckley walk. Don't sign Buckley. Buckley's not going to make our team. He's not. Go out and get a wide receiver. Brian Schoen and Brian Dable. Joe Schoen and Brian Dable came in the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen was very good. I'm not comparing Josh Allen and Daniel at all. Josh Allen was very good. You know what elevated Josh Allen to the next level? Going out and getting stuff on Diggs. I'm not saying go out and get and trade a first round pick. You need to do a lot of work for that team. But if Mike Evans can be a free agent, instead of paying Saquon Barkley, which is one of them for this principle, draft a running back in 3rd round. Look at Kenneth Walker. Look at Isaiah Pacheco.
Devon Achane.
Look at Devon Achane. Didn't matter. Look at Roshan Johnson. Look at Khalil Herbert. Look at this. I can name 20 more running backs that are not first round picks.
Well, if I'm the New York
But-
Giants,
Go get a receiver. Don't pay Barkley. And fix it O-line. Your defense will play it out. You have a young core on the defense. Obviously, you can draft some more wings. Had a good scheme going. Just fucking tackle. I mean, bring in a guy that can teach you how to fucking tackle. I don't know what it is. But
Yeah.
we're paying a guy $45 million fucking dollars a year to miss not 1, not 2, not 3, but 5 fucking tackles in one game. I don't pay a linebacker $45 million to miss 5 fucking tackles.
I don't think your defense is necessarily the problem. Obviously, you clean up those mistakes. That's a head coaching problem. You clean up the defense mistakes.
I wouldn't say
sign another
head
corner.
coaching.
You get another corner behind Deonte Banks. You have Deonte Banks and another corner, another young corner. Sign somebody, draft somebody, whatever it is.
I agree.
Take the fucking offensive line and just wipe them all out. Andrew Thomas is your left tackle. John Michael Smith's your center. Build from there. You build center. You have a left tackle. Evan Neal, move him inside. See if he can play inside, and then get it.
I was just talking with someone the other day about that. I think. Right. So one thing I can relate this to, kind of a Giants fan. Bad O-line participant. Eric Flowers, fucking awful at tackle. Went to Miami, became a guard. Wasn't great. Was a lot goddamn better than he is.
Yeah.
And being a tackle in the NFL is not easy. I mean, you got to go up against players like Parsons, Lawrence, Watt, Bosa, Mack. Like, it's not easy. But being a guard, you have a little less of a problem of those big edge rushers coming at you. I mean, it's still hard, dude. It's not college. You're not playing Missouri and Kentucky, So.
Yeah, I mean, Giants just got to blow it all up on the offensive line, to be honest.
Giants have a lot of fucking work to do. I mean,
fix the offensive line. I think you'll be all right.
I agree. But we're talking about the fucking Giants and the abysmal performance. I mean, I'm trying to hold on to the fan, but analytically, my brain is saying, fuck this.
Yeah.
Anything else you got to talk about today?
Nope.
I think we got a lot of shit coming up. Big week 5 in fantasy. Big week 5 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Stadium tour's coming.
It is.
Dropping something.
Stay tuned for our drop. Hit us with what you think we may be, and if you get it right, maybe give you a shout out. Who knows? But check us out on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and of course our YouTube channel. And with that, Tony York Sports out.